Now today, another angle I want to communicate to you, because you are on the cusp of a new career: attitude. Do you have the right attitude? Now, why attitude today is important? It was always important, frankly speaking, but those days, we have worked in silos, but today you can't afford to be silos. You have to work together as an organization. So you have to understand, can I be a team player? I always give this example. Sachin Tendulkar was a fantastic player, but his captainship may not be the best, because Dhoni, who has less record like compared to Tendulkar, he was a fantastic captain. So Australian team, for instance, is known for it. They have no Tendulkar for quite some time. But as a team, they were very, very united, and everyone contributed. Immaterial, irrespective of the examples, critical part is that increasingly your cross-pollination, increasingly your teamwork is very important. So in terms of attitude, some of the things that I give stress on: are you open to learning? Is your mind open? Because if your mind is open, then only you can assimilate multiple ideas. It cannot be either my idea or my way or the highway. So willingness to learn. Do you have a collaborative attitude? Collaborative attitude to work as a team member. Do you have a mentality like a founder? What is a founder mentality? Founders have huge aspiration, ambition. They take risk. I always used to say to my colleagues that because I have that founder mentality, the founders want to be successful. Professionals don't want to fail. And that's a very subtle difference, that you can take risk. No one is asking you to take risk where you lose thousands of crores. You take risk because of the fact today you don't know the answer, how to move. Because if you think you know the answer, rest assured your question is wrong. You need to today experiment, try, and see what is working and what is not working. And for that, you need to be continuously upskilling yourself, so that if one area is not working, I can move to other area. You must have heard a term called pivoting. It is there in the startup world. Everyone, when the plan A is not working, you shift to plan B, plan C, and fast, and don't suffer. Remote working. Remote working today, I have been working from home for the last close to 4 weeks, because from the time Janta curfew was imposed. And it's a completely new world. Your discipline is very different. So I really, outfit-wise, from morning 10 o'clock, I'm ready. I'm attending to calls. I'm attending to Zoom calls. I'm connecting with clients because clients are working from home. My colleagues are working from home. It's a completely new world. It requires different kind of motivation that I am. And at the same time, I'm learning new skills. And the execution, imagine I'm doing a 20-member team conversation with clients and the agencies and my colleagues to get an idea fructified. Your storytelling ability, if you have, there's nothing like it. This is about narratives. If you look at, I always say Mr. Narendra Modi is one of the best marketeers. What a storyteller he is, the way he involves, the way he rallies people around. I talk about that is called the storytelling ability. Storytelling ability, that's why you remember some of the communication very well compared to others. Your data literacy has to be very good. You might be an arts stream or humanities student, but understanding what data is saying would help you lead the team and also guide your colleagues. Someday you will be a boss, so you have to do that. You need to be outcome driven rather than output. I've sent so many proposals. No one is interested. No one gets rewarded for efforts. They want to see outcome. I hope you understand the difference between output and outcome. Outcome is essentially is just you finish the work. Whereas outcome is ultimately you have to change the course and ensure that whatever is the big picture the company has communicated need to be informed. Your positivism in today's day and world, positivism is so important because of the fact that there's so much negative forces going on. Your positivism, you'll find a way out. Positivism is moving towards the future. Positivism is towards forward moving, as opposed to getting scared about what are the changes that are happening. You need to go beyond the comfort zone. Just because you have become a graduate, for instance, doesn't mean you will get a job. If you don't get a job, it doesn't mean anything negative about you. It shows that you need to upskill in the emerging areas. I can tell you, there are jobs which are not even invented, what is going to come up between 2025 and 2030, because new kind of qualities are coming. So you need to adopt a very smart strategy. Smart here, I mean, the spelling of smart is S-M-A-R-T. And the SMART I mention as an acronym Smart is you need to understand whatever you are going to do, it needs to be specific, identifiable, and of course, observable. So if you say, for instance, you are clear, I want to develop in the area of content of radio, then you become a not radio jockey, but radio or song selection. If you want to be working in TikTok, do you want monetization or do you want content? So we'll see that everything you have to first very clear about smartness. Smart is being specific. M is measurable. Whatever you do, it must have a measurability yourself. And it is so important that it should be objective and not in generic terms. I want to be a great professional, which is absolute bullshit, because of the fact that everyone is professional. What is most important, you should be creating your own benchmark. Smart, next is A. SM, I've covered. A is achievable. You have to make it slightly difficult. So say, for instance, you learn how to do coding, for instance. Coding, everyone doesn't know. So you have to go beyond your comfort zone, because Python or XYZ, whatever it is there, today everyone looks for coders. There are jobs plenty. Coding is required for every media formats of delivery at some stage at the back end. And then, of course, smart, then they are. R is relevant. It is to be, remember one thing, it has to be meaningful to you as an individual, meaningful to the organization or the department that you work. You cannot do some flying kites and it doesn't work for the corporation, for instance. The relevance is also a moving target. Please understand, what is relevant today is not relevant tomorrow. So last 3 months, the relevance of a lot of things I knew have changed, and I've already started upgrading myself because of the fact that relevance is not a static place. I have finished my MBA, I have finished my BMM, so I'm through. No, your real learning starts when the tire hits the road. That is very important. And finally, smart strategy. T has to be time bound. Everything has to be time boundness, whether in your work or in your studies. I have to finish this course within next 12 months. I want to do something in the sports management. But suppose you do sports management and at the same time you find that the job opportunities are less, then you have to perhaps go to the uncomfortable zone. No, let me do event management. Now, will you be able to do events in view of the fact that the people are talking about social distancing? How events will work? Will you do virtual events? So these are the questions that will continuously come. Your smart strategy should be so agile. There's nothing called end. There will be only bend. So environment will always be there. There will be always some virus coming and disrupting corporations. But fact remains, you need to be following the smart strategy to be at the cutting edge of the relevance in the marketplace. Finally, I would say, remember, every company, definitely they look for qualification, but you are hired for attitude. But you are trained for skill. And the training you can do yourself or the company. Quite often companies don't do it. I can tell you, I have never been trained by the company. I have trained myself always by taking courses or studying myself. So the attitude has helped me, and the skill has really helped me in pushing ahead. And remember, you have to be remarkable to be remarked. If you're not remarkable, no one would notice. And your chasing of excellence is possible only when you know what is excellence. And excellence is just a journey and not a destination, because what is excellent today is no longer excellent tomorrow.